support duo, I would say. So no matter where the Lich goes, you can have the Omniknight there to try to mitigate some of the damage, just healing up the damage from Frost Blast and kind of evening it out.
Notorious for his lane control, getting that extra XP going the way of your team. Does this feel like a good Lich game to you, Parker? Uh-oh. Wow. Double damage on Ky.xY, finds a first blood in the mid lane.
Ohaiyo gets initiated on Avalanche toss combo. Puppey's already used the Frost Blast, and he'll have another toss in 2 seconds. Ohaiyo probably just wants to go for a suicide. No, he went in for the kill and didn't find it. Meanwhile, mid lane, Lina with a Laguna Blade. Gets it up.
Still lingering around. Avalanche on 2. Heal from the Omniknight. Out comes your Laguna onto Arteezy. Puppey's there with a slow, but he's only level 5. No Chain Frost available. Dragon Slave brings Arteezy low, but the overcharge from Wisp is enough. Zai sidesteps the LSA. Now connects with a stun onto Johnny, but he's all by his lone, so Ohaiyo goes over and just dunks Puppey. And now Zai, he's on the retreat. Avalanche onto Ohaiyo. Zeus ulti flies through. A lot of low health heroes on Malaysia, but they just can't find these kills. Double kill for Ohaiyo. Zai walks into him.
That's mana drain. He's got no mana for a Burrow Strike now. Ky.xY comes in, cleans him up, and he's got an Omni Slash. Should Secret continue this fight, but Malaysia.
Yeah, at least not for a while. Arteezy pulling up that gold. May opt to actually skip on the drums and just go straight into the Aghanim Scepter, keeping his options open for now.
Yeah, every now and then you do see that tiny blink dagger. Eternal Envy especially likes to go for it, but
here we go. Initiation onto S4. Ohaiyo catches him with a Berserker's Call. Laguna Blade is there. It's an easy kill. Ultimate from the Zeus, or from the Lich comes out, but no bounces. Ohaiyo will still get locked down. Compliments of the relocate. Now Johnny stunned up by Zai, in very deep and Pale only on 1. Mushi's there to heal him up. Finger almost finishes off Puppey. Now Omni Slash bounces around. Puppey will go down to the Lina, and Secret, they had the fight, but now they're just getting cleaned up. Arteezy will get chased down by the Juggernaut. Now Zai, out of mana, has a couple of stick charges, but Blade Fury's there. Nowhere for him to go. And this should
maybe wait things out with that cooldown before going for another fight.
The tier 1 tower mid is rather low. They may try to just slow siege it and see what damage they can do. Force a reaction out of Secret. Healing ward comes down, only level 1, but tower, chop, chop, chop. There's the glyph. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Kuro, gets initiated on into the dunk range. Ohaiyo uses that Calling Blade and finds another one. Tier 1 tower in the mid lane will go down again, killed by the Juggernaut. Ky.xY 3 for 3 with these tower kills. Zai with a beautiful stun on 2, sets it up on the Jug. Nicely done. Now Johnny left behind. Blink forward from Arteezy. Will finish him off with a punch to the face. But now the rest of MY on their way in. Ohaiyo has a blink up in 1, but no, it's Zai that reinitiates. S4 takes a Laguna. He won't survive. Again, it's a 2 for 2 around the map. Not ideal for Team Malaysia, but
no. Comfortable position because they can split push using the Wisp Tiny.
Yeah.
Malaysia are going to have to stick together a lot more because of the relocate, not to mention the blink initiation of a Sand King. But at the same time, I mean, bottom lane.
Ky.xY taking a lot of damage here. We'll try to Blade Fury away. A stun stops 2. He'll live. Ultimate from Omniknight to turn things around. Io and Tiny in the grave. Team Malaysia ready and waiting for that one. Zai may try to reinitiate here, but Repel is still on Ky.xY. Gets caught by the Burrow Strike, and he ends up going down on the backside. Zeus will fall those. The rest of Team Malaysia follow up. It looks like Zai will make it out. A 1 for 3 at the end of the day. Sure,
it was a big problem. I think Secret had scouted out the lack of TPs and knew that, okay, Axe alone is not going to TP and punish us at bottom lane.
Zai channeling the ulti here. Who's he going to find? Not Ohaiyo, but jumps onto Johnny. Doesn't quite have the damage. Ohaiyo will BKB. Catches him with Berserker's Call, but relocate is on the way. Tiny and Wisp join in the party. They bring down the Lion. And now Ohaiyo, caught without a BKB, will get comboed. The branch doing huge damage. He will Berserker's Call for the extra bit of armor. It may be enough to live. Now Ky.xY TP's in to relocate out. Zai gets left behind. Slam dunked by Ohaiyo as he reinitiates. Puppey, now he's by himself. Chain Frost bouncing around the creeps. Ohaiyo hoping for some RNG. And he'll find it. Heal from Omniknight also keeping him topped off, but things turn bad.
Coming, and looks like the plan is to look to finish off this mid-melee racks.
S4 trying to spam out the wave as much as he can, but it's just not enough. Does this break the backdoor protection? It certainly does. Ky.xY, a lot of damage onto the barracks. Yule's onto Tiny. There's just no way to stop him through the repel. The power of the Omniknight. As the mid lane of barracks is claimed from slow siege. Now the toss back with Blade Fury on. Zai tries to stun him, but he can't. Now Ohaiyo, Berserker's Call on 2 with a BKB on. Laguna brings down the Tiny. GA comes out for good measure, and a Culling Blade on the Lich.
And that's a Tiny without buyback. He just purchased a Manta style using all his money, and Are they even swinging bottom lane? Looks like they may just go for the backdoor play. They haven't got creeps anywhere near a bottom or top, but they say 2's dead. Tiny's not buying back. Let's try and force it out. And
creeps are in the base.
Well,
Ky.xY's got plenty of sustainability to try and tank this. Psy uses the epicenter, and it does next to nothing. Secret are out of ultimates now.
This is a big, big problem with Tiny not buying back. I think Malaysia caught on to the fact he doesn't have a buyback, and they're just going to focus down the racks. Nope, they got
Four gets caught. Uh-oh, relocate back to the well. He lives for now, but the tier 3 tower has already gone down. Team Malaysia could be ready to upset Team Secret in this opening best of 3.
And that's a second melee barracks. This is going to be a double lane of racks. This is suddenly becoming kind of insurmountable for Team Secret at this point. Even a Wisp Tiny. This early on, I don't know if they can do it. They're going like all in for these push items. Like Lion with the drums. It's not an item you see very often.
Something to give him an edge here and now. Uh-oh, Roche gets scouted out by Ky.xY. Uses the Blade Fury to go into the pit. Ultimate from Zeus comes out, but again, just does next to nothing. Now Arteezy stunned up by the LSA.
They're all on the cliff.
Force staff onto the cliff. This could be a disaster. The toss down, but a finger. The Omni Slash, just too much damage for Secret to handle. Now Tiny, stuck in the grave, still without a buyback. At the very least, Team Malaysia will secure Roche. That's it. Puppey calls the GG. And Team Secret fall 1-2 against Team Malaysia.
That is brutal. This may be a double elimination StarLadder bracket, but being in the lower bracket in round 1, not to mention the team you verse is either IG or Alliance, so it's going to be a tough lower bracket opponent.
Yeah.
Malaysia have got to be so happy for themselves right now. They've just beaten one of the best teams in Europe. And considering their position where they're looking to prove themselves for a TI5 invite, this means a lot right now.
It really does.